they're just really tough. They follow instructions to the letter. We thought we almost needed to pull a few things back at quarter time because they just, you ask them to do something and they do it. But more than any of the coaches and the assistant coaches and the administrators at Geelong have done such a good job to lay a foundation. We've changed a few things, but I've been the one that's got to learn really quickly. And the players, in a way, are educating me as well. But more than all of that stuff, it's their fight and their strength of character. I keep saying the same things every week.
Chris, how concerning was it to missing those shots earlier? I think 0-8 after 22 minutes against a side like this.
Yeah, glass half full, I guess, was the approach we took. We were getting the shots, the game was being played up in our forward half. We thought we were dominating the game, and quality players tend to turn those sort of skill errors around pretty quickly. I'm not sure we turned it around completely. We need to make sure we're doing the work during the week. But the pleasing thing is that we were getting the shots and we were playing the way we wanted to play, except for the goal kicking.
How's Cameron Lee at the moment?
He's got a sore shoulder, but we think it's fine. It's not as bad as it looked to us, but really we need to wait a couple of days to get a decent assessment.
Could he come back on? Did you pull the trigger early and have a substitute?
Oh, probably. Yeah, probably. But it was around about the time we wanted to make a substitution anyway. He's a really important player for us around the middle of the ground in particular. I thought he was really strong over the ball. But we have a group of probably 12 players that we were thinking of subbing. And he was probably one of those, so it didn't work out too badly. Coaching error, probably, making the sub so quickly. Put my hand up there, but helps him a little bit for next week. Oh, we knew he wouldn't let us down. Yeah, he gave us something a little bit different, and that was always the plan. I've said a couple of times that we've never used our 22nd player picked as a sub. It's a specialist position. But Alan's playing well enough to be a starting 18 player at the moment. So he's taking his chances. We are probably at the stage where we need to give him a few more opportunities early in the game.
Appreciate you. Only undefeated team after 7 games. How are you doing all right?
I'm extremely fortunate to be where I am, but if I talk about myself, the players will pull me up because that's not how they operate. I hope I'm having an influence over the people at the club, but again, it's more my responsibility to get with the program than the other way around. So we're pleased that it appears that what we're trying to do will work, but we've got a hell of a long way to go. There are going to be some huge challenges in front of us, and we need to keep pushing forward. I mean, we could have, what did we win by? 5-6 points. We could have lost by 5-6 points. I'll be saying exactly the same things, and I'm sure Collingwood will take the same approach. We'll learn something from the game. This game was never going to define our season. We've got to make sure that we get back to the club on Sunday or Monday and get stuck into it.
It's never going to define the season, but it's probably increases the confidence a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. As I said, it probably helps. I mean, it's hard to sell belief if you're not seeing results. So I think the things that we've talked about, the things that we believe will work, are working for periods of games. We're not getting it perfect, but I think there's enough there for the players to think, yeah, well, at least we're on the right track.
Just on that, the last time you played this team, you weren't there today, they opened them up and it was seen as a really defining loss for Geelong. At the end of the era and they've been exposed and their game plan didn't work anymore.
Yeah.
In terms of that, it must be such a significant result for this team, the stuff you've worked on, you come up against that side again and you as you say, you're getting value for the work you put in and the changes you've made.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you're right, it's really hard for me to comment on what happened last year. I didn't watch Geelong all that closely last year. We've had a look at a few things that, the way we play and the things we need to change. But they hadn't been huge changes. But we're going to have to keep moving forward, and there are things we'll need to change moving forward. We didn't, it's like every game we've played so far this year, we didn't get it right for the whole game. Our ambition, our aspiration is to get it right for 100% of the game.
Typical Joel performance in Joel game.
Yeah.
Does he measure every week the way he carries, the way he plays, how tough he can go to that ball?
Well, you see it so often, you tend to be less and less amazed, you just expect it. But he's obviously, what he gives on the field is huge for Geelong, but the way he is around the club and the way he demands that type of play from his teammates is almost as valuable. We showed some vision of him during the week, and I've been pretty fortunate. We've had Corey Enright, Matty Scarlett, Joel Selwood, Paul Chapman play milestones this year. We play a bit of vision in the week of the milestone games. Some pretty impressive vision. It just does reinforce to everyone at the club. We've got some amazing players, and particularly to the young players. We've got some amazing players, and we all have to learn from them as much as we can while we've got them.
Did you, sorry if someone's asked this, I can't remember, did you make a point of talking to them about the conversion at half time?
Yes, yep.
So what can you say?
I'll tell you pretty much what I did say. We'll never be critical of skill errors. The positive is that we're getting the shots. Most of those guys that miss shots are beautiful kicks, and they've just got to have faith in, one, their ability, and two, the work they've put in. We'll be extremely critical of them if they're not putting in the work and they keep missing. But our guys are. It's the easiest thing to fix up skill errors, as long as you do have a reasonable skill level, and those guys do.
You must have reacted about the way, there were probably two times in the game it looked like Collingwood might get on top, and we're going to see again what they do to every other side. You guys sort of met the challenge 2 or 3 times over the course of the game.
Yeah, and then that's the players just hanging tough and believing in what we're doing. But again, to reinforce, if we had have lost by 6 points, we'd be saying exactly the same things. We didn't execute perfectly all the time. We've still got a lot of work to do, but the evidence is starting to stack up that what we're doing is the right way to go. Still a hell of a lot of work to do, but signs are good.
Chris, do you expect to keep Wojcinski after his early incident with Doddo, I think in the first few minutes?
Sorry, I didn't see it. Yeah, it's really hard for me to comment on that.
Do you feel like you've changed things up as much as other people are suggesting you have, or do you think it's been people sort of suggesting there's been more change than there actually has?
I'm enjoying not talking about that. I can't just give it to you guys on a platter.
How have we gone with it, you reckon? Where you've got it right?
Up and down.
Yeah.
You're not bad, Rowan.
You've won with 8 goals though, Chris, and you've been secured a similar sort of style of game.
Yep.
Which you would have always said that Geelong in the past would negotiate the way out of a game like that. That's fair for us to look at those changes, isn't it? And say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You don't dispute that.
I'm not really in a position to dispute anything you guys say. You've got to analyse the game, and you've got to write a story for today. The difference between you and us is that we have a much longer time frame. So the things that we're doing right now are really important to us, and fierce competitors want to win every contest, every quarter, every game. But the most important thing for us is where we're going to be towards the end of the season, and then the following year and the next year. You guys don't really need to think about that at all. So to answer the question about the defensive stuff, I thought it was a terrific game of footy. If you guys didn't, then that's what you should write. But Collingwood might be disappointed they didn't have too many shots either. I thought we kicked 8 goals, but we had a lot of shots.
It wasn't a criticism of the game at all.
Yeah, okay. Because to be honest, it's really hard to tell in the coach's box. We're not looking at the spectacle. We're looking at the specifics. We're looking behind the play. We're looking for the things that we've tried to implement and whether they're working or not. And tonight, as I said, for a lot of the time we thought they were working. We just weren't scoring.
The last few years, Brad Evans has been up and about this time of year, or definitely in the big part of the year. He's up and about at the moment.
Yep.
Obviously, he's been a individual player. He's smashed in the middle tonight, clearance as well on top. How's he feeling at the moment? How's he coming up after the game?
He's coming up really well, but we've had a fortunate draw. We had I think a 10-day break and then a 12-day break, or something similar. He's not going to play every game this year. I can guarantee you of that. But it's going to be hard to leave him out at some stage if he is fit, because he's just performing so well. But we had a plan at the start of the year with Brad that he's completely on board with, and we're going to stick to that.